Well, welcome back to Extraordinary Drummers. I'm your host, Cheron Moore. Great show today. Oh, great show today. My guest on the show today is a legend. She's simply a legend. Robyn Flans. Here on Extraordinary Drummers.
I just want to scream. You know, when I came in and I saw you, I wanted to stay in that hug so much longer. Because I know who you are. I know what you are. I know the meaning of you. I know the significance of what you've been in the industry. And if you don't like that stuff, it's falling all over you. You did it. It was you that did it. Let me go way back.
Embarrassed. Okay.
I mean, some of the questions, I got to cover that. One of my questions says, one of them later on says, Robyn the legend. We're going to talk about what do you think of that, huh? Robyn the legend. Okay, let's go way back to where it all started.
Okay.
Where are you from?
I was born in New York, but I really have lived here all my life. We came here when I was 3. So LA, San Fernando Valley.
Yeah. Oh, isn't that
Valley girl.
Can you do the accent?
No. No.
Tell me about your teen years. What was going on in those teen years?
Beatles, and more Beatles. Yeah, they changed my life. I mean, that really happened, you know, I was like 11 or something. I don't even remember. But yeah, the Ed Sullivan Show, I mean, I got kicked out of the room for screaming. And yeah, they changed my life.
Which one was your favorite?
They all were. I mean, Paul, John, I changed Ringo. I mean, you know, I'm sorry, George, you were my least favorite.
Oh.
I'm really sorry.
He was a quiet one, too.
Yeah, he was the quiet one. I guess that was why. But yeah, I mean, I just, the music just did me in.
What were some of the things you did travailing out towards life, coming from a teenager, getting forward, moving forward? What were some of the things you did in those teen years?
Well, I started going to concerts really early on. Mm-hmm. And then I started a crazy thing. There was a magazine called Date Book, and they welcomed young teen writers. And so I would call these people up, like the Rascals, and say, you know, I'm in the lobby, and I work for Date Book magazine, and can I come and interview you? And some of them actually let me. I was a little kid. And Date Book actually, not Date Book, Tiger Beat printed a story on meeting Paul McCartney. My friend and I wrote a story meeting Paul McCartney. I met him June 1968 at the Beverly Hills Hotel. And they accepted a story.
Isn't that
That was my first published work. Yeah, everybody, yeah.
So I'm gonna move forward. I'm gonna jump around a little bit.
You jump, and I'll jump with you.
Because of the diversity of
ahead.
what you do. So that was your do you remember Right On magazine in those days?
Of course.
And Tiger being Right On?
Absolutely.
I remember Right On. Do you remember Right On?
He's too young. Yeah.
The diversity in your journalistic journey, it's just amazing. If I talk about some of the magazines, and then I'm going to go back to the formative years, they're all different styles of journalism and reporting. You did In Touch magazine, you did People magazine, among others. You did, of course, Modern Drummer, but then you also did the soap opera magazine.
Oh, yeah.
So tell me about In Touch. In Touch was gossip, wasn't it?
Well, I didn't really do the gossipy stuff.
Okay.
I did most of the at-homes. So I'd go into celebrities' home, and I'd sit with them and do an interview about their project, and then I'd report on, you know, like their living room and what they, so no gossip for me.
Okay.
I'm not a gossip person. In fact, early in my career, I got recruited to work for the National Enquirer and make tons of money. This was in my 20s,
Really?
and I turned it down. So, yeah, I've never really told that story to anybody. Yeah, I envisioned myself in a little yellow trench coat and just couldn't do it. So, yeah, I'm not a gossipy person, but I actually was a theater arts major in school. So the acting thing, being able to talk to actors, came very naturally to me. And People Magazine, that was what that was about.
Yeah, that's what I want to ask you about. What was
yeah.
going on? How'd you get that job?
Well, I had a cousin who lived next door to the main editor of People in Los Angeles, the LA Bureau, and he put in a good word for me. Mm-hmm. And then again, everything there except for the soap opera magazine was as a freelancer. Everything was a freelancer. The soap opera magazine, I was actually on staff. But at People, I came into them with a suggestion to write something on Ringo. And knowing Ringo was an in. So Ringo was my in. We were kind of a little bit buddies. Little.
You've got over 30 years of journalism.
I've been blessed.
Oh,
I'm really blessed.
I mean, to have gone through the fads and the trends and.
I'll tell you what, Cheron, I love writing. You know, there are some jobs, you know, you don't make a ton of money at, but I told my children, find something you love to do that you want to die doing, and do that, because going to work in the morning and not loving what you do is a death sentence.
It's pretty boring, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, there's an old saying, if you can do what you love to do, you'll never work a day in your life.
That's right.
I don't agree with that, though, but it still gets pretty hard in the grind.
Yeah, it can be hard sometimes, but I really love what I do. And the fact that a lot of publications are disappearing and stuff is very painful to me, because there's just not a lot of places to do what I do anymore.
Did it change much when it went online? When
Yes.
it came
Oh,
from the
yeah.
hard copy to online?
Oh, yeah.
Was it easier or harder?
Oh, it's terrible. Yeah, because, you know, everybody thinks they can blog, and everybody thinks they're a writer, and, you know, they pay $10, and it's, you know, it's not the same. It isn't.
How many interviews would you say you've done over your career thus far?
I can't answer that question.
Has anyone ever asked?
No.
Wow.
No.
I'm sure it's thousands.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
Hi, it's Robyn Flans with Robyn Flans Drummer Interviews. And I told you I had some huge news, and here it is. So for the last few years, I've been working on a Jeff Porcaro biography book. And it's been sanctioned by his family and the Toto Boys. And you are not going to believe the interviews I have secured for this book. So just get ready for the ride of your life. I will keep you posted on all the developments, and I'm almost done with it. It's going to be fantastic! And if you want all the news and updates, subscribe to my website at www.robynflansdrummerinterviews.com. I'm here with Liberty DeVito, and it's always
And I'm here with Robyn Flans.
and it's always so great to see Liberty. And so tell me what you're up to, Liberty.
Well, I'm here at the NAMM show. We're standing in the Sabian booth. And I have two bands at home, one called the Slim Kings. We do all original material, get placements on TV. And the Lords of 52nd Street, which is myself, Richie Canada, who played the sax solos on all those Billy Joel records, and Russell Jarvis, who played on 11 of Billy Joel records. When we put together a band, we have a Billy guy, and we go travel the country and play theaters and stuff like that. And that's a lot of fun. We're having a blast.
And you also were part of a film recently.
Yes, Hired Gun. Yes, I'm walking through the NAMM show, and I can't believe how many people actually saw Hired Gun.
I have not, I must confess, but I hear that it's fantabulous.
Well, it's great. The way it was filmed is really well. The people in it, Alice Cooper, Rob Zombie, Kenny Aronoff, all those people, we tell our story, and it will really help kids that want to get into the industry, that it's not all peaches and cream,
Really? Yeah. You think?
Yeah.
Not peaches and cream. So you're really honest about everything.
Totally honest. That's the beauty of the film. Like the Wrecking Crew, it's like it was all smiles, and this is what we did on this song, and this is what we did on that song. 20 people from Stardom was like, this is what we did and how great we were, but we were really close to being stars. This is like, oh no, there could be 1,000 people that play the part that you want, but you knock it down to like 2 individuals, because which one of the 2 can you spend 24 hours with on a bus? Stuff like that.
And about getting let go, and
yes, about getting fired, and the check stops coming, and what that's like. Yeah.
Well, I'm sure it's compelling. I really can't wait to see it, and I've heard fantastic things about it. And Liberty, you're a new dad too, so congratulations in person.
I am. I have 4 daughters now. My youngest now will turn 1 in 2 weeks. Last year it was out here. I played a little bit. I didn't play this year. I'm endorsing Liberty Drums, and I played with Ronnie Spector out in the big thing last year, and with Hal Blaine playing "Be My Baby" together.
I remember.
Woo! It was big. It was big.
And then you went home and had a baby.
Then I went home and had a baby. Yeah, because I was here, and my wife said, "You better get home before this baby's born." Yeah.
Well, now I get to say congratulations in person.
Thank you.
And it's great to see Liberty, and it's Robyn Flans Drummer Interviews signing off, and more to come.
Tell me about drummers' interviews. How did you start that?
I decided I was really selfish in that I got to sit in the room with all you great people.
Thank you.
And it was very selfish of me that I got to listen to you laugh and see that smile and have the experience of that moment. And I thought, my God, how would it be if everybody could share the moment?
Ed Shaughnessy.
Ed Shaughnessy.
Ed Shaughnessy. And let me tell them who Ed Shaughnessy is, the drummer at the Johnny Carson show.
Ed became very close to me at the end of his life, well, toward the end of his life. In fact, it was very fortuitous that I moved into this area because he lived just blocks away from me. And I helped him toward the end of his life. I took him to his doctor's appointments, and I got his mail every single day and brought it up to his doorstep. I wrote his book with him. I co-wrote his book, Lucky Drummer. We became very, very close. And he became one of my closest friends on the earth. Yeah, and there's an audio interview of him. He's a funny man, and he tells great stories.
He's got some good ones.
Now, he's got some good ones.
I got a chance to meet him. Johnny Carson's secretary, Pam Sayers, was a good friend of mine. As a matter of fact, the second day I had become a pen pal with her when I was back east.
Neat.
So when I moved here, she already knew I was coming. So I was supposed to have gone to the Carson show the first day I got here, but I was too nervous. I was nervous. I said, I'm not going. So the second day we talked, she says, "Why you not here? Get up here." And I'm going, watching him on TV all those years.
Oh, yeah.
Becoming friends with Secretary. So I went up there, and one of the first persons I met was Ed. He walked me out to the drum kit. I had pictures, and I lost them along the way.
Do you know that all the years I knew Eddie, I don't have one photo of me with him.
Oh.
I could just shoot myself.
Wish we had those, the camera phones back then.
Yeah.
So much we missed.
It just breaks my heart.
Let me ask you this: why drummers? Why do you interview mostly drummers? What was it about drummers?
You know, I think I just always gravitated to that groove. And I always found myself, when I listened to music, my head was going like this and my body was going like this. And I just think that, I don't know. I don't know. But I just was attracted to the thing.
Hi, it's Robyn Flans with Robyn Flans Drummer Interviews. Thanks for visiting my YouTube channel, where you'll see lots of videos with, what else? Drummers. And they're great drummers. Well, recently I interviewed Ringo Starr, David Garibaldi, and if you hunt around, you'll see lots of great drummers. Some are audio interviews, some are videos. You will be amazed and you will love what you see. On the video page, you'll find all the videos, obviously, and the audio interviews. Now on the content page, I'd love for you to communicate with me. Give me suggestions, just tell me what you think. And I'd love to hear from you. We'd also love for you to take a look at the video below, which is something about Patreon. Please take a look at it and let us know what you think about that. Patreon lets you get involved, and you can go to the Patreon page, which is patreon.com, and check it all out. We have a reward system. You give me support, I give you back. So please check it out, and we can take this ride together.
Are there any drummers you haven't interviewed that you still want to interview? Any guys? And then I want to talk about
there are drummers I haven't gotten to interview that, you know what, I've never interviewed Keith Carlock, and I think he's pretty darn good. No, there are drummers. I'm missing it in my brain.
Right.
But I finally did get to interview Steve Gadd, so that he was on my list, and that happened in the last, I don't know, 4 or so years. I mean, I knew him, and we talked at NAMM shows and said hi, but I never had interviewed him. So that was on my bucket list, because he was like an East Coast guy, and I had never gotten to have that. I mean, there were people that I wished I had, gotten.
Did you ever get a chance to talk to Elvin Jones?
I didn't, because he was over there, and Rick Mattingly was the editor before Bill Miller, and Rick had a relationship with Elvin, so he always hogged him.
I asked Elvin Jones, the drummer, legend drummer, he played with Miles and mostly known for Coltrane, I think,
Yes.
right? I asked him one day, we were at the Musicians Union, he was doing a clinic, and Elvin, to me, Elvin was more like a drummer. He wasn't Elvin the legend. He wouldn't let you do, Elvin. I'll tell you this one quickly. One day we were at Catalina's, and he had just finished playing, towed the kid up. He was playing 7/8 sticks, little small teeny, that's why he was so fast. And he got off the drums, and I made the mistake of saying, Elvin, can I have your sticks? And he saw me as a drummer, as just a regular guy, you know. So when I said that, he got so mad at me. He was yelling, "What do you mean?" And plus, he's an older guy, you know. So and I said, "Man, what did I do this for?" And eventually, he broke down and gave me, and he signed them, and I still have those sticks.